What's up, everybody? This is Bob's Three Toed Warriors with a Word on the Street, Season 1, Episode 19, titled, Don't Mock Me. And that's because we're going to be doing a little mock drafting. We're going to be doing some teachable moments, hopefully, giving you all some draft strategy and just your nice, simple PPR draft. So it's going to be a good time. I have two awesome guests here with me today. I have Tyler from the Fantasy Happy Hour. How are you, sir?
Doing great.
Awesome. And then second, I have Mr. Brendan Anderson. Mr. Anderson, how are you, sir?
There we go. Good. Looking forward to this.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to take a little sip of my unofficial sponsor, which I thought was Jim Beam Red Stag, and it's just, unfortunately, Jim Beam. You know when you take a bite of an apple, but you find out it's a damn onion? That's what we're dealing with right here.
Jeez.
It's about right. All right, so the Word on the Streets podcast can be found just about every platform out there. Don't forget to subscribe. Give the show a 5-star rating. Really appreciate it. It's really helpful. And so I would appreciate that. Before we start the mock draft, Tyler, where can they find your work, sir?
So they can find everything at FantasyHH3. That's on Instagram, Facebook, and on Twitter. That's the only thing I got going on right now. So just look me up there. Give me a follow if you enjoy.
All right, and then Brendan, you don't have a podcast, you don't do any writing, but you're an annoyingly good drafter, and that's why I'm on the show, because I hate drafting with you because you are very good at it.
Thanks, appreciate it.
No problem.
We've been in a lot of leagues together.
We have been in a lot. I think it was 7 of them last year.
That sounds about right.
7 or 8. So where could they find you on Twitter if they wanted to hear a little bit more about some of your strategies and ask you some questions?
Wow, I'm just a BK number 2 COLL. So
all right, there you go. BK2 COLL, which I just found out what that means. And I'm not telling you guys, you'll have to ask him yourself. All right. So I still have 3 listener spots to give away. Giving away 2 of them for people who give a 5-star review for the show. Take that little picture of it with your phone or whatever you do and send it to me at Bob's Three Toed on Twitter. You can post it to the fantasy the Facebook group, the Word on the Streets Fantasy Football group that we're starting up. And the last spot will be given away for someone who gives their best plea and creativity counts of why they should be in the Fantasy Football Listener League. It's going to be an auction. It's going to be a lot of fun. You have to include something about the league. And there's only a little bit of time left. So it could be a rhyme. It could be a little story. It could be, I don't care. I just want something creative and fun. I want you guys to have fun with it, and I want us to have a good time in the league. So we're going to do that. It's completely free to play, and it's a good time. So we're going to do this draft. It's going to be not a super flex, just going to be a standard 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 1 flex, 1 kicker, 1 DST, because those still exist, 5 bench. Before we actually do the draft, and this man stole the first pick in our random draw. Tyler, tell us a little bit about your show. I want you to promote the show a little and tell us about how it started, what it's all about. Give us a little talk ski about it.
Yeah, so I've been into podcasting for a long time. I listen to a lot of podcasts, fantasy podcasts for sure. But we started another podcast about kind of the NFL season and the teams in general. And I wanted to start a podcast based on something a little more fun, not so serious. Again, fantasy football, it's, been something I've been into every year, multiple leagues. I love the draft. I like getting those, hidden gems in there. So I figured why not make a podcast about it, reach out to all of, hopefully my supporters in the future there and let them know kind of my ideas on the draft and what I do to help other people out with it.
Awesome. I love it. Do you have a preference of a redraft or dynasty or IDP, or what's your thing? What's your favorite?
I prefer dynasty. I think redrafts are fun to do. If I'm in it for any type of money or anything like that, it's dynasty is where I take it super serious, and then the redraft leagues are more so for like work. We do big groups at work, and we have a couple serious ones too. So
okay.
Either way, I love fantasy.
All right. And you got a favorite out there, Brendan?
I prefer Dynasty for sure. I've only been in a couple of them, but man, once I made the switch, it's not even it's not even comparable. But yeah, keeper leagues are kind of fun too to kind of dip your toe in. But Dynasty and now the salary cap ones are really a fun format just to add an extra layer too. If you want to add that, it adds a whole other dimension to what a normal Dynasty one is.
I agree with that 100%. All right. Well, we're going to get this draft going as soon as I learn how to find a button. What? Oh, look what he did. All right. And we're going to begin this draft. We have 5-minute timers. We are not using 5-minute timers, but we have them because if you do no timer, the computer won't pick or something like that. So we're going to begin this draft. We're not going to go into deep dives on each player. We're going to talk more about strategy or why we went a certain direction or what we're debating between here or there, just to kind of let you guys inside of our twisted minds. So my twisted mind. Can't speak for these guys. All right, so Tyler, you're going to have the first pick, and as Brendan said, you're probably going tight end here, but we'll see.
Yeah, so I think this one's pretty obvious here. I'm going with Christian McCaffrey. You cannot pass that up. So doesn't need much explaining with that other than the name itself. Going to go with Christian McCaffrey here in the first round.
All right, you took Christian McCaffrey. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Second pick has surprised us all, I think. There.
Merry Christmas, there.
The computer went with Mr. Derrick Henry, took that off the board. I mean, I think people like him, but I don't know anybody who likes him more than
Saquon. Commodity in PPR.
Yeah, and in full point PPR. We are playing full point PPR in case I didn't mention that. So that's going to leave me a decision between Zeke and Kamara, and I'm going easily with Zeke because I kind of have him ahead in my personal rankings. Wow, the computer thinks Zeke is way down here. Where is my draft button? Well, you can tell I haven't done a ton of drafts lately.
Should just be the plus side there beside the name.
Hey, it is. There you go.
There you go.
All right. We won't do that.
Right. So it looks like we had Alvin Kamara, Dalvin Cook, then a couple of receivers, Michael Thomas and Devontae Adams, and then Miles Sanders. So that leaves me. There's some more receivers coming back around this back end. So I am going to take Joe Mixon here and grab me a running back before we go around the loop here.
That doesn't surprise me with you one bit.
All right, so we had Josh Jacobs, Kenyon Drake, Nick Chubb, and Julio go off. Okay, what we're expecting there. And although I normally don't like a player changing teams as a receiver, especially with this year, I think I'm still going to go with DeAndre Hopkins here. I think he's just going to be still a target monster there. So I'll give me a running back and receiver.
All right. I like it. All right, pick is up to me. And after you took Mr. DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek the Freak Hill went off the board. Aaron Jones, Lamar Jackson, Mahomes. There went your two quarterbacks in the second round.
Wow.
Not a total surprise. Not super early, but probably a little earlier. And then Austin
super flex, yeah.
Yeah, it's not super flex. So for me, I wanted to go running back here. That was my plan. They're flying off the board. Don't like any of them already. But I think there's enough of them that can come back around. Feels way too early to go. Jeez. I'm not a Chris Godwin fan, but I'm getting ready to take Chris Godwin. All right. I'm aborting my draft strategy. I wanted to running back here, but I guess from the 4th spot, it's a little tough to do.
Yeah.
So, all right, I took Chris Godwin.
All right, so after Chris Godwin, we got Todd Gurley and Clyde Edwards-Helaire going, which leaves me confused on running backs.
Talk it out. Let's hear it. Let's hear the thoughts.
I really wanted Clyde Edwards-Helaire there. I've been building this guy up higher than he probably should be, but I love him going to Kansas City. I think, being on that high-powered of an offense, he's going to be a good running back. But I don't have him, so we're going to look at some other options here. So I like James Conner this year, but I think I'm going to go with a reach, and I'm going to pick Melvin Gordon.
Wow.
I don't like picking him usually, but I do have him over David Johnson, and I don't think Leonard Fournette really has that great of a year. So I'm going to go ahead and go with Melvin Gordon here. And then
Another short turn.
going to go around the loop here. And I'm going to pick up a wide receiver here. I like starting with 2 running backs usually if I can, if the pick is right. I really like Mike Evans here. I think I would rather have him over Kenny Galladay. So I'm going to go ahead and pick up Mike Evans here.
Okay.
On that hopefully high-powered Tampa Bay offense.
Well, they just took Travis Kelce right after that, which is probably a good thing because I was going to be tempted to take him, and I didn't want to go with the tight end this early because that is against what I wanted to do, especially after I took a running back or a wide receiver when I didn't want to. Then they took James Conner after that. Let's see, Gurley's gone, Clyde's gone, Connor's gone. Chris Carson is scary to me from what I consider. I'm going to take I'm going to take a scary workhorse running back because I do want another running back here. No. See, this is me being on the fence and being stuck.
Can't pull the trigger on him?
Well, I'm debating on DJ Moore, which I know will not make it back to me, or Lev Bell. I'm going to go Lev Bell because I feel like the running backs that are wide receivers that are still going to be out there will be better than the running backs. So I'm going to go Lev Bell. He better have a better season and better get some more touchdowns. I learn how to spell. Bell. All right, Lev. Is he already drafted?
No. He's ranked 33 there.
Oh, my thing is scrolled. That's why. And I'm on wide receivers. That's why. All right, Le'Veon Bell. Boom. You can tell who does not mock on Sleeper a lot. This guy.
You're probably using the computer too. It's a little different than doing it on the phone. So
it is.
All right. So we had the other tight end I might have been interested in. George Kittle went, and Kenny Galladay, Odell Beckham, Leonard Fournette, and Amari Cooper. So let's see here. I think there's still quite a few pretty good receivers on the board here that I like coming back to me. I'm pretty comfortable with. I think I might go David Johnson here. I think it's a little bit early in the 3rd round, but I think he still might have a lot of work there in Houston. So I am going to go with him because I think they need to justify that trade they made with him. So
you think
another running back there. All right. So then we had Juju, Devin Singletary, Allen Robinson, and Adam Thielen go.
The computer's doing all kinds of fun stuff.
Yeah, it's throwing us a few curveballs here.
Well, read us your team so far.
So I've got, let me scroll up here. I got Joe Mixon, DeAndre Hopkins, and David Johnson. So I have 2 running backs and receivers so far. And I'm trying to look to see if there's another running back I feel like I really need, or if I want to shoot that a little later. I think I will. I think I'll probably go with another receiver here. Tight ends, Mark Andrews, Zach Ertz. But I don't think I'm quite ready to take another tight end yet. So I've got DJ Moore, Cooper Kupp, Calvin Ridley, Robert Woods, and A.J. Brown all on the board here, Keenan Allen. And I think I am just going to go with DJ Moore. I love Cooper Kupp, but I got so much exposure to him. I think I'm going another receiver, and I'll go with DJ Moore here.
Only because I said it.
I couldn't let him get back to you.
I don't think he would have anyway.
I doubt it. Yeah.
All right. So after you took Mr. DJ Moore, Chris Carson went off, and then Mark Andrews, Jonathan Taylor. There's our first rookie period, right? Yeah.
Clyde Edwards went.
Oh, sorry, Clyde. That's
211.
right.
Yep.
Yep. And then Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp. They're taking the stack there on the team. I am sitting here with Zeke Elliott and Le'Veon Bell as running backs and Chris Godwin as my wide receiver. I am a fan of Calvin Ridley, DJ Chark. I'm okay with T.Y. Hilton and A.J. Brown there. So I'm going to stick with Mr. Calvin Ridley and hope he gets all them touchdowns. Let's see what happens. I got 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, and I'm passing it over to you, sir.
Right, so we got DK Metcalf and Raheem Mostert going right after that, and I'm looking at wide receivers here. I think the field is getting pretty slim. The last time I picked, there's been 11 wide receivers taken. So yeah, this is where I'm going to try to get somebody that I can work with here. For me, this is between A.J. Brown and T.Y. Hilton.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are pretty close in my rankings here. And I think if I'm going to go with one, I'm going to go ahead and go with A.J. Brown.
Okay.
And I like him. I like what he did last year. I think he's going to do good things again, hopefully. And then to follow that up, I think I'm going to take a chance here and go with somebody who is kind of raising a lot of eyebrows here, but I'm going to go with David Montgomery.
Damn you! Damn you! And they didn't go running back afterwards.
So is that influenced because you're picking at the ends and you have such a long turn before it gets back to you, or?
Yeah, I think Mike Evans and A.J. Brown is a good stack at wide receiver so far.
Yeah.
And I think by the time it gets back, I think I could still find some value there. And David Montgomery and his workload he's going to get this year is just ridiculous. So I got to pick him up before he goes.
There you go.
Yeah, that was wasn't too shabby. Thanks. All right. So I'm sitting here with two running backs, 2 wide receivers off the board I like. We are in a start 3 wide receiver, 2 running back, and a flex, and a tight end still to go, and a quarterback. So a couple wide receivers here. I think Tilton. I might be Tilton if I make the wrong pick. T.Y. Hilton could have a good year still. I like Tyler Lockett. Although these rumors of Antonio Brown don't appease me at all, unless you got the quarterback. Devontae Parker could still have another great year. Over at running back, I think we're gonna let that rest for a while. We're gonna stay over in the wide receiver realm. Should I reach? Should I reach for a homer pick? No, I shouldn't. I'll say T.Y. Hilton, I guess. I was going to reach for Cortland Sutton, but it's too early to reach. I'm a Broncos fan, in case you didn't know.
All right. So we had Keenan Allen, Mark Ingram, Cam Akers, Kyler Murray, Terry McLaurin go off the board. So pretty good variety there again. All right, looking at the board here. I think this is a little bit early for him, but I think I'm going to go Kareem Hunt here. He's got some standalone value this year, I believe, but on top of that, if anything happens to Chubb, he can be a top 10 running back pretty quickly. So you can get some double whammy there for him, and based on what else is left as running back there.
Sure.
I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt. All right, then we got Tyler Lockett, Dak Prescott, Cortland Sutton. There goes your Denver guy.
That's
and
right.
Russell Wilson off the board. So
kept me from doing it.
So my team right now, I've got Joe Mixon, David Johnson, and Kareem Hunt as running backs, and DeAndre Hopkins and DJ Moore as my receivers. So I could use another receiver here. Stephon Diggs is there. Marquise Brown, AJ Green. I think I'm going to go one more running back here. They really dry up here pretty soon. I think DeAndre Swift might have some pretty good workload. So I'm actually going to go with 4 running backs and 2 receivers to start the draft here. So
that's pretty standard. That's pretty standard for something you would do. Pretty standard. All right. Okay. So after you take Swift, Stephon Diggs goes, and Darius Geis. Hopefully he'll stay healthy this year and have a great year. And they won't use one of the 20 million running backs they have on that team. Then Mr. Marquise Brown, Darren Waller, and a quarterback. Thank you, Deshaun Watson, out of the way. All right. So I'm sitting here with 3 wide receivers, 2 running backs. I wouldn't mind taking another running back here. It's going to be all barf after this. It's not totally true, but what y'all don't know is that Ronald Jones is still the man. He could totally have a great year. We don't know that. We're just going with the hype train of the rookies who aren't going to be playing and practicing. And yeah, I am going to go with Ronald Jones.
There you go.
You're welcome.
So after Ronald Jones, we got Devontae Parker and Brandon Cooks going. I was looking at Cooks for sure. Right now I'm looking to get another wide receiver. And I think it's between the top 2 right now. It's between AJ Green and Jarvis Landry. I don't know. I don't like Cleveland this year. I don't like Baker, honestly, and I just think it's gonna be kind of ugly up there still. So I'm gonna go with AJ Green, hoping for a healthy season, hoping for a good Joe Burrow to come out and just want to sling the ball. So I'm gonna go AJ Green here.
There you go.
And then we're gonna
follow.
6th
round though. That's a pretty good upside at the end of the 6th round.
Yeah, that's kind of where I was at. Get him in the 6th round. If it was the 5th round there, wouldn't have took him. But
yeah,
looks pretty good. And then I'm going to go ahead and this one's going to probably – I'm questioning it already, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm just going to stack and get Tyler Boyd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little insurance plan, huh?
Just in case.
Some people call that the friendship strategy. All right. So after you took Tyler Boyd, Jarvis Landry went. They were listening to you and reading your mind there, right? Then Drew Brees went, which I was starting to get a little interested in going, even though I don't like going quarterback that early, but he was interesting to me. All right. I got some decisions to make now. I've got to kind of go any direction here. I've got enough wide receivers, running backs, feel fine. Kind of in a zone that I don't love anybody. Marvin Jones, Gallup, Sterling Shepard. I like Gallup out of those 3, I think. Edelman. I don't know. I've never loved Edelman, even though he's always been great. And he'll probably be just as great this year. Probably be a little security blanket. I might have to go with security blanket. This is PPR, is it not?
It is, yep.
It is. We're going old man Edelman. And as I said that, I saw Gronk on the screen. I'm not doing that. Keep scrolling. Oh, then I saw Tom Brady. Where in the hell is Julian Edelman? Edelman.
89.
There he is, 89. Julian Edelman. First time ever drafting him. Just for you people. Just for you.
Nice.
That's why we mock.
All right. So after that, we had Michael Gallup, J.K. Dobbins, Gronk went off the board, Deebo Samuels, and Hayden Hurst. So I've got 4 running backs and 2 receivers. There's still another running back or two I'm interested in there, but I'm going to hit another receiver here right now. I'm going to go with Deontay Johnson. I really enjoyed him on the team last year. I think he's got some good upside. So let's go Deontay Johnson. I'll give me a third receiver.
Okay.
Then Damian Williams, Keyshawn Vaughn, Jordan Howard, and Evan Ingram went off the board. So now
What are we thinking here?
yeah, right now I'm thinking I really want to go another receiver, but James White has been such an incredible PPR running back over the years that I think I'm just going to go with him because I think I'll be throwing a lot of short passes again this year. So I'm going to go one more running back. I think I'll probably be pretty close to done with running backs after that. We'll see.
We shall see. All right. So after you took James White, Tom Brady's like, hey, you need me. Take me. Will Fuller went next, then Sony Michel. Just a bunch of Patriots there. CeeDee Lamb and Marvin Jones. CeeDee Lamb and Marvin Jones Jr. All right. So I'm sitting here. It is the 8th round. I'm thinking maybe kicker, maybe defense. I'm not really thinking that, people. That'd be a lie. Not crazy. Okay. What am I thinking, though? I'm thinking it's probably time to go back to running back, even though they all are kind of so-so. It is PPR. I could take Cohen. Is Cohen gone?
There you go.
Nope, I answered that question myself. Cohen. All right, we're going to go with Tariq Cohen. I think he can be a PPR machine in that offense. I like it.
Yeah. And then after Tariq, we have Darius Slayton going and Matt Ryan going. Oh, man. So I'm looking at running back here. As of right now, I have 2 on the roster. Well, 3. Have 4 wide receivers. I'm going to look running back here instead of tight end. I still think, at this point, picking a tight end, you're not going to get much more than the next guy on that. There's a couple that I'm looking at that I hope are still there, but
they will be until we steal them from you.
Yeah, so. More than likely will happen. So for my running back here, I'm actually going to go with Latavius Murray.
Okay.
So we're going to go with him here. And then after this, we have, because I said it, I'm going to pick a tight end now.
Because you looked and you saw that the only people didn't have them for us, pretty much, right?
Yeah. So I don't really particularly care for Tyler Higbee that much, but I'm going to go with him here. I still think, a lot of people have Hayden Hurst below him, but I like Hayden Hurst better. So I'm going to go Tyler Higbee here. Just run it up with a tight end.
All we've picked so far is receivers and running backs. That's the first different position we've had. So mix it up a bit.
I think I scared him into it. What happened?
Yeah. Too many picks before it gets back to me.
All right. So you took. There's a spider on my desk. We're going to take care of that. All right. So you took Tyler Higbee. I love me some Tyler Higbee. Then Tevin Coleman and Marlon Mack went, both in interesting scenarios. I'm sitting here with a ton of wide receivers and running backs. I have Zeke, Lev Bell, Ronald Jones, and Cohen. I have Godwin, Ridley, Hilton, and Edelman. So I'm free to do whatever I want. Do I go tight end here? I do not. We are not doing that. Do I go wide receiver? We are in. We have what? Few rounds do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 11. I got 3 more picks before I have to worry about the other positions. I don't like this. There's so many players that are still out there. Okay. Let's let's go with the guy who's going to get peppered in a PPR and a great backup. And if Edelman gets hurt, T.Y. Hilton gets hurt, we're going to take Jamison Crowder because I think it's going to get peppered out there in New Jersey.
All right.
What would you say?
That's good.
I know what that's good means when you say that.
Yep, get him off the board.
I at least hit the button to actually draft him so I don't change my mind.
That's good. All right, so we had Matt Breida, Hunter Henry, Aaron Rodgers, Alexander Madison, and Josh Allen go off the board. So I need to look here. There's still quite a few tight ends I like here, which is good. And still have some good quarterbacks too. Both the guys behind me have already taken a quarterback, so I am going to. I think I've got enough running backs here for a little bit. So let's scan the wide receivers here. There's quite a few of them that I like, but since the PPR, I'm trying to see who might get quite a bit of play here. I know he's a rookie, but he is such a good route runner. I am going to go with Jerry Jeudy and see how he performs this year. I think he'll fit in pretty well still. So
you do that.
There we go. Interesting. So right after me went Matt Stafford, Zach Moss, Emmanuel Sanders, and Henry Ruggs. So we're starting quite a few teams taking their second quarterback by now, which is usually pretty fine. But there's a quarterback I have loved for years. It's Carson Wentz. I know he's got some risk with injury, but he's got a lot better weapons around him this year. So I am going to go Carson Wentz here. Pick up my quarterback in the 10th round.
Oh, we just saw the first defense go off the board, didn't we?
Whoa, yeah, we did.
Sorry, that threw me off.
Yeah, that'd be team 2 that took the first defense.
All right. So Brendan took Carson Wentz. Right after that went Kerryon Johnson. I wanted to grab Matt Stafford on the way back here.
Yeah, I was going to pick him too.
But the player you looked at last round and want to take this round is always the guy someone else does, right? If you want him, shut up and take him. And I didn't. But the computer decides to take 2. I was looking at Kerryon Johnson a little, skipped that. Was not looking at a defense. Darrell Henderson went, and then Philip Lindsay and Noah Fant. That is fantastic. All right. So I'm sitting here thinking, do we go with the – wait. Make sure I didn't miss it. Yep. Nope, I did miss it. Josh Allen's not available, so I will not worry about that. We're going to snag a little Daniel Jones action. We're going to pick up our quarterback here, I think, since the computer's starting to take 2. I'm going to take Daniel Jones over. Nope. Yeah, I'm going to take Jared. Yeah, that'll work.
That might be somewhat realistic to a friends and family league where you start getting double quarterbacks and stuff taken already by the 10th round. So
it is. It's very plausible.
Yep.
There's another defense there right before my pick, Ravens, and then McCole Hardman got picked before that. Interesting to see the defense start coming here. So
that was team 2 that took Derrick Henry as the 2nd overall pick too.
That makes sense. So we got. I don't want to do a quarterback yet. I think there's still enough there. I'm going to go with Christian Kirk here. I think Arizona's offense is going to be pretty high-powered, and I actually have him ranked pretty high. So I'm going to go with Christian Kirk here. I'm pretty happy that he made it. So we're going to go with that. And then another – let's see here. This is where it gets tough.
Yeah, how many? So go ahead and recap your team for us, and then what you have left that you need for your team. Oh crap! We need a kicker and a defense.
Yeah, so this is where I'm gonna have to pick. So I have Christian McCaffrey, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, AJ Brown, AJ Green, Tyler Higbee, David Montgomery, Tyler Boyd, Latavius Murray, and Christian Kirk currently. I still have 4 let's see here. 5 picks left. I'm going to save the kicker and defense for the end. And I'm going to go one more round here with a potential trade bait. And this is going to be a long shot. But I'm going to scroll down this list here.
What position do they play?
So he is a tight end.
Okay.
And tight ends are super valuable later in the season whenever there's only 4 producing. And I'm going to go with Will Disley, who is going to come back and have a healthy season. So I'm going to go Will Disley here.
All right. The computer didn't screw me over, so I appreciate that. This is where, to me, this is the part of the draft where you can take some shots and have some fun.
Yep.
Like your Will Disley shot. My kicker, my defense, I would say I let the computer auto draft, but I guess we won't be doing that. So I still need a tight end, kicker, defense, and I have 2 shot picks here. And I'm calling my shot on this man. I snagged him in my Dynasty League. I'm going to snag him here. I think he has a great path to play as soon as I learn how to spell. Mr. Jalen Raker, welcome to the team.
Solid pickup there.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, it was.
Not
All
bad.
right. So let's see. I've got Joe Mixon, DeAndre Hopkins, David Johnson, DJ Moore, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Swift, Deontay Johnson, James White, Jerry Jeudy, and Carson Wentz. So I've got 5 running backs and 4 receivers. My quarterback. So I'm probably going to need a tight end here and probably 2 more receivers. So looking over the tight ends that we've got, I might even end up taking 2 tight ends. I'll see here, but they spent a lot of money and brought him over. I am going to go with Austin Hooper here.
Nice. Ooba.
So he gets quite a bit of play here. So, all right. After that went Chase Edmonds, Deshaun Jackson, the New England Patriots, and Duke Johnson. So I am back up on the clock. And I don't normally double dip on tight ends, but I've already got a couple of rookies on my team. I don't want to go with another rookie receiver here. So I am going to go Mike Gesicki as my second tight end there.
You're a bastard. You're a damn bastard.
So I like drafting with you there, James.
Because I'll let you know exactly how I feel. You see any other tight ends taken in between there? No. I think you did just the pick on me. All right, fine, whatever. Whatever. Okay, so I do want a tight end because I should probably take one sometime, and now is about as good a time as any. T.J. Hawkinson's still out there. He definitely has some good opportunity. Chris Herndon might be the guy they said he'd be. We'll see. Blake Jarwin, a lot of mouths to feed, but could have a great year. Dallas Goedert always has a good chance. Jack Doyle, I don't think I like him. Anything else I'm seeing down there? Irv Smith, if it's almost there. Just making sure nothing else is sneaking down here, sleeping that I'm missing. Ooh, Zama. All right, let's go. I don't want Goddard. All right, I'll take Goddard because they don't have an offense. I don't want offense. No, I'm going Blake Jarwin. I can't do it. All right, I should have went with Goddard, but I took Blake Jarwin.
So after Jarwin, we have Baker Mayfield going and Preston Williams gone, and I'm looking at a quarterback here. I'm gonna go with the questionable Cam Newton. I have to do it.
Right.
The reason I just want to say that is because he opens up at Miami. If he does get the starting position, I think that's going to be a blow-up game for him. And if he plays hard, then
I was going to tell you, hold off and take him at 13th round. Sounds even better.
Yeah, that's true.
So you plan on streaming? You can stream quarterbacks then, or is that kind of your plan, or keep him for the season?
I'm gonna stream him. I think I'm gonna see how he does. If this was my team, I would see how he does the first few games. once he gets into his stride there a little bit. And if I feel like there's another option that I could, get off the waiver wire, then I'm going to do that. I feel like that's kind of an interchangeable position. So unless you have, the Mahomes or Lamar Jackson, it's pretty interchangeable, and you're going to have guys that blow up or don't. So I think with this pick, I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk. That's kind of one of those shot in the dark picks here. So
that's where we're at, though, right?
Yeah,
we're at. It's fine. All right. So Sterling Shepard, Michael Pittman Jr. Let's see how many kickers and DSTs are off the board. Justin Tucker's still out there. Oh, never mind. I am gonna go kicker with 3 rounds to go. Yep, I'm gonna take the kicker for Kansas City because who's scoring more than those guys? Nobody. And I'll come back and get my my late round shot next round or the one after.
All right. So we have N'Keal Harry went off, John Brown, Anthony McFarland, Justin Tucker, and then the Minnesota Vikings defense. And I don't play in any leagues with kickers or defense, so I'm just going to take those my last 2 picks here. I definitely need another wide receiver, though. I've got 4 already, but I want another one since we've got to start 3 in a PPR especially. I probably should have one more by now, but I am going with Mike Williams with LA. So, yeah, I think he's still got some upside. He had a little bit down year, especially with touchdowns and everything, but I'm going to go with Mike Williams there. So, after that, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Joe Burrow, Rashard Perryman, Greg Zuerlein. So we've had 3 kickers go off and a bunch of defenses. Let's see who we've got for defenses. You know what? The Chargers are there. I'm just going to take the Chargers as a defense.
All right, so you took the Chargers defense. After that, Will Lutz, another kicker, went off the board. Jamal Williams at running back. Young Ho Koo kicker, Robbie Gould, and Zane Gonzalez from Arizona. So a little kicker run going on there. I have my kicker. Thank you very much, and he's a good one. So now I'm free to do what I need. But I need another running back because I'm only sitting with Zeke, Lev Bell, Ronald Jones, and Cohen. And I really want to throw up right now because that's why I didn't want a wide receiver at my second pick. But whatever. So I'm looking at A.J. Dillon, Carlos Hyde, Damian Harris, Rashad Penny. Then we get into some weird names here. We get into Darrington Evans, which might actually be my take here. And it probably will be my take here. And not big on taking someone else's handcuff. But, man, that's a dumb move. I like it if the other running back gets hurt, but it doesn't really do me any good. A.J. Dillon, I don't see him doing much unless – I feel like they're all handcuffs here. Harris could be the starting running back. I'm going to go with the one I like better because that's all they are. All I'm seeing here is handcuffs. So I'm going to go with Evans as a handcuff and a beautiful shot at a workhorse position if the main guy goes down.
So we got the Seattle Seahawks defense going next, and then Matt Prater, another kicker. So I have to fill my kicker and defense here. So we're gonna go ahead and do. We're gonna pick a homer move here, not necessarily a homer, but favorite teamer, and do Mason Crosby here. And then to follow that up with defense, we're gonna go with.
Go with the Packers defense.
Yeah, let's do that.
Don't do that. You'll have them both on by the same week. You'll have to dump more players.
No, I'm actually going to go with the Titans defense.
Damn you.
So we're going to go with that, see how that turns out.
All right, so you took the Titans defense, which was what I was looking at there. Drew Lock, my man in Denver, went next, and then Jake Elliott from Philadelphia. And I do need a defense because they make me. In a redraft league where you have about 2 weeks to a month before the season starts, if you can leave your draft without a defense or even a kicker for that matter, this is where I take an extra shot player and see if somebody gets hurt. So it's a sneaky move, and some people get pissed. But as long as you're not breaking the rules, it's the Patriots way. I think I'm going to go with the Rams defense. The Rams are the Saints for me. I don't really care. What am I even talking about this for? I'm going to go with the Rams defense.
All right. And Gardner Minshew went off, Robbie Anderson, A.J. Dillon, Carlos Hyde, and Golden Tate. And so I need a kicker. And I am just going to go with the Cowboys kicker, Kai Forbath.
Homer.
You might as well. All right. Very good.
All right. So why don't we read our teams? I'll go ahead and read mine. So down here, they built a little lineup for me. Let's see what it has as my starting lineup. It has Daniel Jones as my starting quarterback and the only quarterback I took. I don't mind scrubbing the waiver wire for a quarterback because you can find so much value late that you can usually get a better wide receiver or running back early. Then I took Zeke and Lev Bell. That was solid gold a couple of years ago. Let's see how it is this year. Hopefully the coach isn't too mean to Lev Bell. We have Chris Godwin, Calvin Ridley, and T.Y. Hilton. That is rather interesting in my opinion. Not my favorite, but I'll take it. We move on to Blake Jarwin, which I don't mind at all at tight end. Ronald Jones, which will be interesting to see what happens with him this year. Harrison Butker and Los Angeles Rams for my defense. And then on the bench, I have Mr. Julian Edelman, Tyreek Cohen, Jameson Crowder, Rager, and Darrington Evans. And I kind of like the opportunity out on the bench and what those guys could mean, especially some of them in PPR. So that's my squad. Let's go next with.
So before you do that, what's the weak spot on your team? Would you have done anything different?
Yeah, most of it. I don't love this. I don't know. I don't. This year's draft, with how heavy it is at running back in the first and second round, and everywhere you see in mocks and rankings, et cetera, it's just gross. Like It just disappears so fast. And I walked in expecting and wanting to take a second running back, and I should have, and I wavered. And you're supposed to be flexible, but I would have been happier, I think, with Gurley than Lev Bell. And I probably still could have got a Godwin unless you would have took him on the turn there. Would you took Godwin over Evans? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I might have been happy with Evans. Actually, I probably would have skipped over Edmonds for Galladay because I love Galladay.
Godwin's a pretty good pick there. Well, I think that's pretty good value still within its second.
All right. So yeah, that's my thoughts. Let's go over to you, Brendan.
All right. So I will just let's see. I've got Carson Wentz as my quarterback, Joe Mixon, David Johnson, DeAndre Hopkins, DJ Moore, Deontay Johnson, Austin Hooper, Kareem Hunt, Kai Forbath, the Chargers defense. Then on the bench, I've got DeAndre Swift and James White as running backs, Jerry Jeudy, Mike Gesicki, and Mike Williams as rounds out my bench. So, yeah, not too bad.
Where's your weak spot?
My weak spot, I knew I probably could have taken another quarterback later on. Carson Wentz is such an injury risk that I might end up streaming one or picking one up later on in the season. So I do like him when he's playing, but that's probably my weakest spot. I don't normally take two tight ends, but I think I've got two pretty good ones there to be able to stream. And I like my running back depth, so I feel pretty good with that. So, yeah, I'd say quarterback's probably my weakest spot.
Nice.
But I'm okay with that because I'll stream. There's several quarterbacks that are still on the waiver wire that I was looking at the end, but I can stream if we needed to. So,
all right, Tyler, how are you looking there?
All right, so at quarterback, I have Cam Newton, followed up by Christian McCaffrey, Melvin Gordon, Mike Evans, A.J. Brown, A.J. Green, Tyler Higbee, David Montgomery, Mason Crosby, and the Tennessee Titans defense. And then on my bench, I have Tyler Boyd, Latavius Murray, Christian Kirk, Will Disley, and Brandon Ayuk. Not too bad. Pretty happy with that one, actually.
All right.
Weak spot would be I'm going to say weak spot is my wide receiver core. I think, AJ Green, Tyler Boyd, it's taking a shot on the Cincinnati Bengals. So that's going to be, my least favorite spot here. So pretty happy overall.
So it felt like we were all pretty late round quarterback, late round tight end drafters, which unfortunately didn't give us a lot of variety in our style. But we obviously drafted from very different positions. You in the front, me a little more towards the middle, and you almost on the back turn there. So kind of got to show the people a little different perspectives and what those lineups could look like. Any last minute draft tips you would have for people as far as your redraft leagues go?
I think for me, the biggest thing I would say is kind of touching base on what you said earlier. Draft running back early. If you get that early pick, it's tough to look over Michael Thomas and everything like that. But I think with that running back core going so heavy in those first 2 rounds, I think it's going to be really important to do some research on some running backs who you like and, pick from that. So I think the wide receiver core is pretty open. And to win your league, you definitely want to draft running backs heavy in the early rounds.
Cool. Anything for you there to add there, Brendan?
No, I agree. They just thin out so quickly, and there's so much depth. It's hard to really know what the receivers are going to do this year. So I just think you need lots of receiver picks. But I might have maybe picked a couple of extra receivers than I did. But I'm not afraid. I think it's good to take a quarterback early too if there's one that drops. I mean, Kyler falling in the 5th round is a pretty good value right there. So even though I'm late quarterback, if he would have made a couple more picks, I would have definitely snagged him in the 5th round. So yeah. I don't think you have to be a late round quarterback. You just need to be flexible with the draft and see where the value falls.
Yeah, especially when you're looking at some of the guys sitting there and you're like, these are all grotesque and there is a good value. Just take the good value, where it lands. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend doing some mock drafts. There's plenty of sites that you can do them on that are free. Sometimes on lunch, I'll sit there and spin out a handful of them. It didn't sound right, but you guys understood what I meant. And just have a good time with it. And that way you're a lot more comfortable in the draft. Humans are always going to draft very different than the computer, as we just saw right here. Computer was reaching like it was dropping its stickers and picking them up. So it's all good. It was a lot of fun, though. It was a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys had fun. I hope everybody listening had fun. A little different listening to us click and think. It's not as normally exciting, but there's definitely some fun emotion and thought that went into it. So we hope you guys enjoyed doing it as much as we enjoyed recording it for you. Tyler, remind the listeners where you can be found, sir.
Yeah, so you can find me at FantasyHH3. That's on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. And just go up there, search me, follow if you like. And I just want to go ahead and thank you for the opportunity here, and it was a great time.
My pleasure.
Brendan, what you got there?
Yeah, it was fun. Appreciate the invite. It was a good time. I always like to get in your head to know what you're going to draft, so I have a little advantage over the next.
Yeah, I hate you for that. With all due respect, and I mean all due respect.
There you go.
So, all right. So Brendan's a little quiet on that handle at BK2 Cole, COLL. Just start blowing him up and ask him questions. He'll love it.
Bring him on.
Yeah, bring him on. I can find on Twitter at Bob's Three Toed, and on YouTube at Bob's Three Toed Warriors. You can find the new Facebook group, Word on the Streets, on Facebook at Word on the Streets. New shows drop Monday and Thursday mornings on YouTube, everywhere podcasts can be found. That's all for this show. It's been Bob's Three Toed Warriors with Tyler and Brendan, reminding you soon enough you'll be able to hit the waiver wire, set your lineups, and dominate your opponents. We'll see you.